So today we will again continue with the local search. In last class we discussed hill climbing method, which is one of the local search algorithm, right? But in local search we got the problem that it might stuck in your local minimum. So what happens in hill climbing? It normally moves upward. It always selects the value with the increasing heuristic value or increasing value, because its main goal is to go to the peak of a mountain. Okay, now we have just think like your hill climbing algorithm. If it never makes a downhill moves towards the state which will have a lower value, that means with the higher cost, it will always guarantee that it will be an incomplete one. Means you might not find a proper solution there, because simply it can get stuck on a local maximum. Okay, now think if we selects the neighbors like a random walk, what it does, it can just move to a successor like uninformally. Okay, and it can just something like stochastic, but the thing is with the stochastic hill climbing, it only again randomly selects the value with the highest value. Okay, now for a random walk, what it will do, it will simply start with a random neighbors or random point which also might have a lower value. Okay, so you can see if you combine hill climbing with a random walk, maybe not maybe, it will obviously yield like both efficiency and completeness. Okay, so simulated annealing is, okay, let me share my thing first. Can you see the screen? Whiteboard. Whiteboard to duration है. Can you all see the whiteboard? No. Arindam said yes. Sajib said no. Guys, stop sharing and try again then. Black. Okay, wait. Can you see the whiteboard now? Okay, that's it. Okay, so your hill climbing, just remember the thing, maybe like this and this. Curve seems something like this. Okay, so if this is your local maxima and this is your global, right? So one of the problem is that for the hill climbing, it's stuck in the local maximum. Okay, because it always selects the higher value. Now we have a simulated annealing problem. Okay, simulated annealing is an algorithm which a combination of your hill climbing method and a random walk. Say your annealing word comes from the metallurgy portion. When we want to make any metal thing or glass thing, what we do, we just mold the material in a high temperature first. right? Then we gradually slow it down so that ultimately it comes to a shape, or you can also say it comes to a form which is desirable. So initially we give the highest temperature, then we gradually slow down. That process is called your simulate annealing. That process is called annealing. Okay, the same annealing process is also used in this searching thing or your computer science. Now to think about simulated annealing, you have to consider about finding the global minimum. Okay, so suppose you can now think like uh, okay, okay. So just think it like a you need to find a uh, global minimum. So this one will be your global minimum, and this one will be the local. Okay, now again suppose there might be lots of other local minimum also, and something like this. Okay, so just think there is a ping pong ball here. Okay, remember we used to play a game where you need to bring that ball to the lowest level and the path is really bumpy one. So that small game we used to have in our pencil box and all, like there will be different uh, positions, the blocks are there, then you need to come to the last point, then you just shake the box, then balls roll down from here, then there and there, ultimately comes down here, right? So same approach. Suppose your ball is here, which is a local one, and you need to find a global minimum. So what you will do, you might shake it for a while until it gets the global minimum. Okay, but the thing is you have to be careful, you don't shake it too hard that the ball will just overshoot the global minimum area. Okay, if you shoot too hard, maybe it will jump from here and will come here again. Okay, so this is like a random shake. So your point is from here, first maybe it might stuck here, then again from jumping it might stuck here, then finally it will come down here. Okay, main point is to find this global minimum. So this type of simulated annealing, you have to think like a gradient descent. Okay, gradient descent is a very important concept for almost anything. It's mainly used in your artificial neural networks. Okay, gradient descent means minimizing the cost, but you will do it in a very small steps. Okay, so in case of simulated annealing, at first you can just select, you can choose any bad moves. Bad moves are allowed initially. Okay, maybe initially you are getting stuck here and there, like I'm say from here you just moved here, then again you moved here and all. So at some point you will realize that okay, I need to go at that state. So gradient descent also used a similar type of concept. It finds the badness. Badness means suppose you are at this position now. Okay, it will have a certain value. Then in the next move, maybe you are here. Then you will see the difference. Are you in a good position or in a bad position? Okay, if you are in good position, then you will accept that state. If you are in a bad position, you will again shake it. Then again, maybe you move somewhere else. Then again, you will check whether you are in a good position or bad. So a badness is can be calculated with the help of E. Okay, so simulated annealing for the innermost loop, it is similar to your hill climbing, just that instead of picking the best move, it picks a random move. Okay, so if the move improves the situation, it is always accepted. Otherwise, the algorithm accepts the move with some probabilities maybe less than 1. Okay. Now this probability you will know as the badness, this delta A function. So you will always evaluate this delta E. If it is very bad, you will keep continue the thing until you get a better result. Okay. So this simulated annealing mainly used like in VLSI layout problem in early days. Then it's also used sometimes in 8 queens puzzle. Means these are various optimization problem, right? Now it's up to you which one you want to use and which one you don't want to use. Okay, so mainly here it just randomly move here and there. It will not select the best move because for the hill climbing it always selects the high value, but here it might even select the lowest value. And whole simulated annealing mainly you think it as finding the global minimum. Okay, so other than that we have another one which is called local beam search. Okay, now what is local beam search? Okay, see, keeping just one node in a memory might seem like an extreme reaction to any problem like memory limitation in case of hill climbing, right? In simple hill climbing, it just keep one state at a time or one node at a time, you can think. Okay, so local beam search, what it does, it mainly keep tracks of k states, okay, rather than just one. Okay, it just keep track of k states. In hill climbing it just selects one state, but in k beam local beam search it selects k states. Okay, so at this k states obviously will randomly generated. Okay, you can say randomly generated. If there is no heuristic involved. Okay, if heuristic involved, then again you will go for the lowest value one only. Okay, so as a whole, how it does, it begins with k randomly generated states, then at each step all the successor of k states are generated. Okay, so if you selected k states first, then in the next move you will again expand the successor of those k states. Okay, if one of that state is the goal, then algorithm will halt. Otherwise it will again select k best successors from the complete list and will repeat again. I can give you an example here. Wait. Just think it like your we. I'm just giving a simple graph structure. Okay. Okay. Now let's give some heuristic values here. Maybe you can. This is your initial state. You can just give maybe okay. So let's give some heuristic like an 11, 7, A 7.296 7 6. Okay, 7 6. Okay, from here also this is not wasted. Okay. Okay, suppose I am saying k equal to 2. Okay, k2 means I am going to consider only 2 states. Okay, so from here there are only 2 options only, right? So I am going to see both B and C because k is 2. Now since I have only 2 options B and C, so I'll expand both. Now from B, suppose at first I'm at B. Okay, from B and I have D and E. Okay, so for C also I have F and G. Now you have to select the best one for each successor of B and C because k value is only 2. That means you can consider 2 nodes at a time. So for B and C there are total 4. You cannot consider all the 4. So you have to select only 2. Which 2 you will select? Which will have the best one. That means lowest heuristic value. So for B, I'll select 7 because this has the lowest value. For this one, I will select this one because this one has a lowest value. Okay. Now again, now you have D and F in your list. Again, for D, you have successor H, I for E, F, you have only L. Okay. If you want to give, you can give some more. Okay. Maybe this is 2. Okay. Now from D and F, this one has the lowest value, correct? Means you are considering both. For here, you have H and I. And for F you have L and this is some value maybe S. Okay, so for D, this one has the lowest, so you will consider this one, and for F you will consider this one. Okay, now for I there is only one, and if it is goal the value will be always 0. I hope you remember that one. If 0, that means it's a goal. And for this one there is no successes there. Okay, so from here you will directly move here. For example, if there were some more nodes, just think about, then and it might have like 1 or 1.5, something like any value. Okay, so from this point, since you have already reached this goal, you will just consider everything in wasted mode. Okay, so if your k is 2, you will just select 2 k's here, then after that you will expand the nodes of each k successors, then from them you will find the best one. Is this clear? Is this one clear? Beam search. Okay, so here you have shown only 2. If your graph looks like something like this, very big one, then if it's k equal to 2, then you just randomly select 2. Okay, then again similarly you expand its successor, then find the best one based on the heuristic. Here heuristic value are chosen, so I will select the one with the lowest one. Is this one clear to everyone? From A, K is 2, so selected B and C. For B and C, I have 4 nodes D, E, F and G. Okay, again K is 2, that's the limit. So for B successors, I selected 7 because this one has the lowest value, means D. Then for C, I've selected F because it has the lowest value. Okay, so again for this 2, I will expand its successors. Here it's H and I, and here it's L and S. Okay. Now again for this D, I'll select I because I has the lowest heuristic. For F successors, I will select S because lowest heuristic. Okay. Now for F, there's only one goal. So means one node. So I selected this one. Then I got to know that value is 0. Okay. 0 means it's a goal state. Since it's a goal state, I will not keep track of the other things anymore. Okay, I'll just make everything like listed since I found the goal already. If it was not the goal, somewhere it's here, then you will keep doing the same thing. Okay. So here you can say that it is similar to your random walk, right? At first sight, you can see like k states might seem to be nothing more than just running k random restarts, right? Just in parallel instead of in sequence. But the thing is, both are quite different because random restart search normally runs independently. Okay. But in case of local beam search, useful information is passed among your k parallel search. For example, like here you can see if one state generated like several good successors and other like k minus 1 state like generate very bad successors, then the other part just can say, hey, come over here, I'm getting better results, so you just leave your part. Okay, so in this way algorithm can quickly abandon all unfruitful searches and moves its sources to where the most progress is being made. Okay, like here I was here and there were many nodes down there, but I didn't explore other because here I'm already reached a goal, or I can say I'm getting better result or something. It can just abandon whatever it did, so everything can come to the goal state. But in case of random start restart thing, it just go sequentially. Okay, it will keep repeating. So sometimes it might get praised, but in beam search, it can just tell the other part that you should just come over here. I'm getting better result. So in sometimes you can also see that local beam search may be lack of diversity of k states because sometimes all steps or all states can just be concentrated in a very small uh, searching area. Okay, so to avoid that situation, there's another variant which is called stochastic beam search. So what happens, instead of choosing the best k from the pool of the candidate successor, stochastic beam search chooses k successors at random again, with the probability of choosing that given successor being the increasing function of its value. Okay, so stochastic beam search you can also resemble with your natural selection process, like think about our means early days Darwinian theory and all, like successors you can think about the offsprings, and the state you can think about any living organisms. It will populate the next generation according to its value, which can you just think about the fitness value. So based on the fitness value, people just reproduce and select the next generation. So it is they just resemble the stochastic place like this. Like here I selected whichever is the best. Best means lowest heuristic. But in case of stochastic, again, if the graph is bigger one, it will again randomly select another one. Okay. Is this portion clear? Simulated annealing and beam search. Okay. Do you want me to repeat again? Okay, Jahid said yes, ma'am. Is it for to repeat or what? Okay, repeat again. Which one you want me to repeat? Beam search or annealing? Stochastic one. Stochastic beam search or stochastic which one? The stochastic beam search, right? Stochastic beam search is just similar to your stochastic hill climbing. What happens in stochastic hill climbing? It just randomly selects the states, right? Randomly selects the states. In simple hill climbing, it just selects one node at a time. Then we had steepest descent, which again select the nearest the neighbors. Those are nearest to the goal. And in stochastic hill climbing, it just does not care about the neighbors at all. It simply randomly selects 1 1 1 1. So similarly in stochastic beam search also, instead of like choosing the best k from the successors, it will just select k successors at random. Okay, it will just randomly select. It will not again select like the which one is the best, which one is the uh, good. Okay, it will just random. Everything is random. First k state will be generated randomly, then again the successors will again select it randomly. Like here I selected 7 7 because 7 has the lowest. Maybe in stochastic I can select even 8. Okay, it just random. If you don't find the goal, then again it will keep repeating. Suppose I selected 8, then in stochastic I selected 9. Okay, then again I will do the same thing. I'll just randomly select anything. So suppose I'm here and here. Next time I didn't get anything, then again I will randomly select jump into somewhere here. Okay, there is no definite pattern here. It will not go for the best one. It can select any random successors. Okay, here I am giving two, like in this case I have like 5. Okay, from this one again I have like something like that. So 1 2 3 4 5. If this is initial state, I'm not going to check, and k is like 2 again. I'm not going to check which one will have the highest or best value, or you can say lowest heuristic. So I'll randomly select any of this one. Maybe I select this one and this one. Okay. Then from here again, I might not follow the same pattern. Okay, I can, from here also I have 3. I can just randomly select any 2. And from here also there is no successor at all, so no need to select. Then again I go jump to maybe this one. Okay, then from here again any 2. There are only 2. I have to select this, and so on. The main thing is it will not check the values. Okay, it will not select the best values among all. It will just randomly select any. If it do not find or the goal, it will keep repeating the thing. Okay, there's a random search work. We just randomly means selects one. Maybe at some time it will find a state which is the goal state itself. So it is complete, but it is not efficient in case of random walk one, the hill climbing random walk. Okay, just that. It doesn't care about the good and bad thing. It just randomly select and keep repeating the same thing. Okay. Then for the stochastic beam search, there is another variant which is called genetic algorithm. Genetic algorithm is mostly like research based one. Means in later phases many people explore genetic algorithm. So genetic algorithm is basically a variant of your stochastic beam search, in which like successor states are generated by combining 2 parent states rather than just modifying a single state. Okay, so this analogy is similar to like your stochastic beam search, except that this is a bit different, but the concept is same. So instead of modifying one state, here 2 parent state will be combined to generate another state. So what happens in our normal genetics? Suppose we have an initial population, uh, maybe we have 2 individuals, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then out of 4 individuals, I can just cross over to maybe I can make 1, 2, or maybe I can make 1, 3, maybe I can make 2, 3, and I can make 3, 4, something like that. So this combination will again based on your some fitness function. Remember, in biology we used to get like fitness function, and based on the fitness people used to reproduce their children and all. So this is kind of similar. So each of these will have some fitness function will be involved. So based on that value only, if it is higher, then only they will select that particular individual for mating. Otherwise, it will not. Maybe 1 or 2 individuals are used more than 2 times, and some individuals are not selected at all. So in that case, maybe the fitness is lower. Okay, again from the crossover, again you can do mutation. Okay, for normal genetics we have 4 steps. One is like your for normal genetics. Okay, one is initial population. Second is your selection based on your fitness. Then you will do crossover. Okay, after that you can also go for mutation, which is maybe last step, but it's up to you. Mutation do mainly to upgrade the crossover results. So for genetic algorithm, I will not explain more because this is something kind of out of scope thing for at this level. Just want to say that for the genetic algorithm, there will be some fitness function, and based on those fitness function, they will select the states. For example, I can just give you very basic example, maybe uh, in case of search, maybe there can be different populations. Okay, this one might have one and all. Okay, just let's not make population first, just make single people first. They are already making one. Okay, suppose just 3 4 different steps. Okay, so I decide to make with this one may be a different kind of state, then I can choose this one and make a different kind of state. Then I can also select this one and this one, make a different kind of state, and I'm leaving this one alone because the fitness function is lower. So each of them will have some fitness function. You can also think about some heuristic value. Okay, maybe I can say here I am selecting the highest value one. Okay, maybe this one have 7 6 5 and this one only 2. So I'm just defining it as fitness function. Since fitness is too very low, so I'm not selecting this one at all. So from this population, I'm selecting like some of them and selected this one. Maybe some of them are used 2 times and 3 times and all. So after that, I'll do some crossover. Crossover means maybe some part of 7 will be here and some part of 6 will be there. Again, when you cross over 7 and 5, maybe half part are from 7 and half part from 5. This one 7 and 6, and this one maybe some part from 6, some part from 5. This is your crossover thing. Like in normal human being, what happen when like the children always get some genes from the mother, some genes from the father, right? So this is kind of analogy is same. So states are generated by combining other states based on some fitness. Okay, this is mainly used for different types of puzzles. Okay, so a single problem you can solve with like using various methods. These all are just optimization problem. Local search, even those uninformed, informed search, those are all your optimization problem. Basically, this local search are used for optimization like traveling salesman problem, then like circuit designing problem, then all those low things. So uh, the thing is there are many different ways. Now it's up to you which one you want to use. So your selection will again depend on your application, what you exactly want trying to find out, and which one will be the best one. Again, if you want to modify something, you can modify. There's always scope of research. So basically these are just optimization thing. So same like for puzzle games also, you can use all this method to optimize your move. Okay, like I said, even the Rubik cubes, you can try it forever, right? You can just solve that Rubik cube with 50 steps maybe, or some might do it, complete it using 10 moves only, and some even do it using 3 moves only. So see, to solve one problem, there can be various ways. Just that your main goal is to find the optimized way. So you have to think which one method to select so that you can solve the problem in minimum step or in optimized way. Okay, so all these methods are optimization problems or a way of optimizing things. Okay, that's all for local search. And there are many more searching things. Lots of searching and optimization algorithms are there. So it's not possible to get to know about all those things. But yeah, there are lots of optimization problem and searching techniques. Just that maybe some are more advantageous to your application. Uh, there is nothing wrong and right or good way. Just to find that, you have to find a minimum moves. Like I said, in informed and uninformed, they are more concerned with the path, how you took that step. Okay, the moment you uh, reach the goal state from initial state, the whole path will give you a solution, right? In local search, it does not care about the path. It does not care are you coming to the goal in a systematic way or which way you have taken to reach the goal. Local search is all about just to get the result, just to find the goal in a optimized way. It does not care about the path. Okay, but in case of informed and uninformed, it's all about getting the path, means how you move from one step to other. Again, the application can be different, right? In some application we do care about the steps, how you come to this point, but in some problems we don't care about how you come to the goal. Okay, main thing is the result. So that's the difference. Is it clear to everyone, the local search and all previous informed uninformed search? Okay. 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 So for local search, we have seen three. Hill climbing. Hill climbing is the most popular one because there are many variants of hill climbing. You can modify just one thing, then create another hill climbing, something like that. After hill climbing, we have simulated annealing. Simulated annealing came to the scenario with the disadvantage of hill climbing, because any hill climbing you generate, any algorithm you use, it finally gets stuck into the local maximum, I would say here, local maxima, because hill climbing method never selects any state which will have the lowest value. It will not go for the downhill values. That's why it's stuck into the local. See, once it reach here, if it is not ready to move to the down portion, it will never get to the highest peak, right? So same thing, because of that nature that it never selects a downhill, right? It's stuck into local maxima. That's where your simulated annealing comes. It's a combination of hill climbing and the random walk. Random walk means it will not care about your whether the value is uphill or downhill. And here we mainly see the problem as to find a global minimum. Okay, so you can just think about that old games and this thing, that ping pong ball stuck somewhere, then you just need to find to the very lowest one, then you will just shake your game until it reach here. Okay, so it just randomly selects any point. Okay, remember the random walk is also used to get rid of stuck into your ridges and flat region, right? So random walk can be a solution for many such problem where you're when you are stuck in some things like in ridges and then very flat region and all. Okay, so then local beam search is like in here again we hill climbing we mainly select one state at a time, but local beam search take care of k states at a time, and these k states are randomly generated. Okay, if you just simply use local beam search, it will select again the best one among k states, but if you use stochastic beam search, it will not take care of whether it is the best successor or not. It will randomly select successor, and normal one selects the best successor among k states or k successors. Okay, that's the overview, and this is going to end soon, so I'm just stop sharing. Okay, thank you. Just take that and then okay, thank you all. Oh, sabe video on kora ebar. Diki, Dipya, Fazil. কি হাঁহি ভাল লাগিছে নেকি অনলাইন ক্লাছ কৰি? ओके डीके का तो हमेशा नेटवर्क खराब ही रहता है, पता नहीं. सो ओके, बाय.
Thank you, ma'am.
नेक्स्ट क्लास. ओके, बाय बाय.
Thank you, ma'am.